Hari Om and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. This is Yamuna Devi. So today is a continuum of grief, the grieving process. And this video is specifically targeted to those who are currently grieving or for those who want to understand the process of grief. And grief deserves its own book because it is so difficult to process all these emotions that people have when they're grieving. So if you are grieving, I just want to let you know that I am with you in silence, and I am just simply here with you to support you, to walk beside you, to just be present with you, because it truly is a big process to go through. And I've always wanted to make a video, a recording without crying, to be able to connect with those who are grieving, because it is a process that is very difficult and complicated to understand when you're processing it, when you're going through it. And even after, it's very tricky to understand, and possibly there will never be a proper answer to this process. And I hope to make this process today to talk without crying. I can't assure you, I sometimes cry. I keep trying to figure out a way not to cry, but I am spontaneous. And if you know me, you will understand that I am very natural, and I just pour my heart out, and I always pray that this can serve someone and to help. That's why I create this, to help serve the people who need it at the time that they need it. So I never thought that grief is something this difficult. It's very difficult. And there are many, many emotions throughout the process. And I'm here to tell you that whatever the process is that you are going through, it's absolutely correct. And there is no rush in this process. I want to let you know and give you permission to allow yourself to experience everything through this process. And I give you permission to just be. Why am I telling you this? Because we try to believe that it is not okay to just be, that we need to continue circling and rushing and running, how society wants us to run and continue turning that hamster wheel without giving us the opportunity to pause. And that is why I'm here to tell you that it is okay to pause, that everything that you're feeling is quite normal. It is not strange. Even though you feel strange within this society that is just rushing. And I'm here to tell you also that you will feel your own emotions probably 10 times larger than you normally feel. They will intensify, and this is normal. This is why I suggest you to take your time to pause, to reflect, even if you want to be by yourself in silence, to journal, to reflect, to do whatever you want to do. It's okay. You don't have to run back into society. so that you can feel quote unquote normal. Because the feeling of grief can really feel abnormal with all these emotions that you need to process. It takes time, and there is no rush for you to process any emotion, any memory, anything. Your loss is big. Your loss is big, and it is precious. So something so precious needs time. Needs time. So because your emotions are intensified, your awareness heightens immensely, which means that you can be triggered. Your triggers will be much greater. And why am I telling you this? Is because even if these triggers feel large, they might be small, but at the moment they feel intense. And why am I telling you this is because it is important to be soft and gentle with yourself throughout this process. Because those triggers may hurt much more while you are grieving than when you are in another space. It happened to me many times. Sometimes I couldn't understand why someone would say such a thing to try to make me feel better. But it was actually causing more pain. Does that make sense? If you're grieving, you understand. So, I will also want you to understand that not every person knows how to deal with grief unless they've gone through it or are going through it. Not everyone has graduated from grief or understands it because they haven't processed or gone through it or experienced any type of loss. There is no size for loss. There is no specific size or how intense you must feel or experience the loss. It's a big feeling. Any size, small or large, a pet or a bird or an ant. There's no size. That's what I want to tell you. Grief is grief. So, because people don't understand grief, much less will they understand how to be around someone that is processing grief. So what happens is that the people around feel a need to console the person who is grieving. And that is really hard because what the person actually needs at the moment that they are grieving is just to be held in space. They are not seeking to be consoled. They are only seeking that silence and to be accompanied in that silence, in a space of love, and to be held in that space. Not to be consoled by words, not to be consoled by people's experiences of death, not to have their situation belittled, meaning I've lost a parent as well, I've lost family members, I've lost a pet. People don't want to hear that. Silence is really important. So if you hear people trying to console you, it's okay, because you need to understand that they don't know any better, right? They're trying to do the best they can, and they don't know how to hold space for a person who is going through pain and suffering at that moment. So, loss is not easy. Loss is not easy. And being sensitive to someone who is grieving, they have to understand grief to be able to understand what the person is going through. And another thing is that everyone grieves differently. A family, even if they are connected by their DNA or because they live together, doesn't mean that everyone's going to grieve the same way. Everyone grieves differently. And some people internalize it, and some people externalize it via anger or wrong treatment to others because they don't know what to do with it. So that is why it's important to seek professional help, to give yourself some time to reflect, and don't take things personally, because people don't understand. And it's very important to give yourself the opportunity to feel whatever you want to feel, you need to feel, and process anything you need to process, and to know that it is okay. There's no time for you to rush and to stop feeling. It is okay. And your grief will come in waves. Even after you think, quote unquote, you have processed and cleared everything. Nothing clears, right? You just walk love and loss together. You walk with that, holding love and loss together. but it comes in waves. The emotions can come in waves throughout time. That is why I cry. I cry because the emotion is there. The feeling is there. It just changes at its pace. I don't try to change it. I don't force anything. I don't force myself to forget. I just let it be whatever it needs to be and change shape into whatever it needs to be changed into. I don't change anything. So the emotions heighten, you become more sensitive, everything intensifies more, everything becomes louder. The noise becomes louder. So it is important to pause and to be with yourself. Another thing I want to mention is that when this happens, sometimes you may feel that you don't want to take care of yourself because the pain is too unbearable. And taking care of yourself doesn't mean that you are going to forget or push the feeling away, or you're trying to heal the process or make it quicker. You are taking care of yourself to take care of yourself and to allow yourself to process and to feel everything. You are not taking care of yourself to forget. Because sometimes that happens. I felt this, I experienced this. I said, why am I going to take care of myself? What, to forget? To stop myself from feeling so that I can help myself feel better? Because I felt the need, I wanted to feel everything. I wanted to feel everything so that I don't just brush it away and enter society rushing to forget, because people do this. People go back and they're everything's okay. No, everything's not okay. And it's okay to not be okay. But people around don't understand that it's okay. People don't want to feel okay. They're not feeling okay. And that's okay too. We need to respect that. So I had to understand on my own. I understood that I needed to take care of myself. For me, and it wasn't to lessen an emotion or to suppress anything or cover it or make it beautiful. I had to understand that. Because sometimes we believe that we can forget by taking care of ourselves. But taking care of ourselves allows us to process everything. And being delicate and soft with ourselves. Because being hard with yourself doesn't help. Doesn't allow you to experience everything you need to experience. Does that make sense? Because when I see people who are grieving and they come to a healing session, and perhaps I want to see them more often, right? I tell them, because I understand and I feel, we're not doing the healing for you to integrate quicker to society and come back to normality quicker. We're not doing this to forget. We're not doing this to speed the process of grief quicker, to release it quicker, to forget quicker. No. We're doing this so you can allow the process of grieving to unfold smoothly and beautifully. And it's wonderful, you know. So I'm here to let you know that your loved ones are always with you. They're never forgotten. They're in your heart. You walk with grace, with love, with the blessing of their presence, that they are not forgotten. And this is a process of life. This is a process of life. So take your time. That's why I wanted to come out here to speak with you and to let you know that it is okay to not feel okay some days. And that's okay too. So take your time, be soft and gentle with yourself, and know that everyone processes everything differently, and respect their process. And take care of yourself. You are worthy, you are precious, and you are loved. Thank you for being here. Hariom.